You know what time it is. It's your boy, Aquaman. Yo, what is going on in the news the last 24, 48 hours? Why am I continuously running across this title, wealth transfer? You got Fox Business. We're going to go and click on it here in just a moment and watch the video. But you got Fox Business titled Wealth Transfer, greatest wealth transfer in history, 22 hours ago. You got Bloomberg, the great climate change wealth transfer is here. Bloomberg, another one. UBS sees 83 trillion wealth transfer over the next 3 decades. Financial Times from 2 weeks ago. The great wealth transfer is coming. Forbes, the great wealth transfer is happening. What? You come over here to Yahoo. Wealth transfer. Wealth transfer. Wealth transfer. Look at all these headlines. Wealth transfer. What do they mean, wealth transfer? What in the world is going on? What is going on? Well, my strong opinion is the karmic retribution. They have to tell us the truth. But let's watch this guy, Charles Payne.
Welcome to our special town hall. This is going to be an absolute amazing show. We've been working on it. We've been trying to prepare everyone out there. So listen, we're on the cusp of something absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I think everyone's going to love and enjoy this show tremendously. Who is it? Who is it? Come in. What? Woo! Look at that! Yes! 84 trillion! You okay? 80?
Yeah, okay. All right. That was a lot of...
$84 trillion.
Yes.
From the baby boomers.
Yeah.
You okay?
Special gift. I'm good. It's good.
Oh.
Do you guys want this? Yeah.
I put it in my pocket. What are you talking about? So, explain this. This is from the baby boomers. It's for future prosperity?
That's right. Because, we're going to die someday, and we're going to give all of our money to our kids. So, this is the biggest
Even if they pop the
investing
confetti
opportunity.
in your face?
Well, I'm not going to do that.
All right, so this is absolutely amazing. This has never happened before in American history. Folks, $84 trillion. Think about that for a moment. It's never happened before, and it sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing. But you know what? You ever read these stories about people who win the lottery and a couple of years later, right? It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And listen, it is going to change everyone's life. When I say everyone, those who get the bag and
What did he say, though, too, right now? He's like making a reference that there's a lot of people who are going to get rich in this wealth transfer. But what do they say about lottery winners? They're usually broke in a few years from when they won that money. He didn't say that full thing, but that's what he was insinuating. Let's continue.
Those who don't. But here's the thing. If you do get it, it's still not a slam dunk, right? We were reminded of this after the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship last month. Everyone went in on this guy, the coach, right? The former coach, should I say, who was fired over a scandal. Here's one of the great tweets out there. Emi Udoka not only fumbled the ring, but Nia Long, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. So, again, what exactly are we talking about here? Let's put it in perspective. $84 trillion. This is how the money is going to be broken down. So, for the most part, Gen X, you're going to get a lot of this money, right? Which is good because you're the sandwich generation. You're taking care of adult kids and sometimes your parents. Millennials, 27 trillion. Gen Z, 11 trillion. Gen Z, you're going to get 2 bites at the apple because some of this money is going to come here too. I still think you got to work though. In fact, yeah, bad news. In fact, here's the thing. 31% of Americans say, yeah, they anticipate receiving this cash. 41% of Gen Z think they'll get it, 55% of millennials think they'll get it. So this is fine again, and it doesn't mean you should always have a maxed out credit card, because one thing I think people are going to make a huge mistake on is exactly how much they're going to get. According to surveys, people expect to receive, on average, $350,000. Those who say they're going to leave money for their heirs, on average, expect to leave $250,000. You can already see the problem, right? Already, when the check comes, a lot of folks are going to be behind the eight ball. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Here's the bottom line. It's a lot of money at a time when everyone in the nation is obsessed with money. We're a money-obsessed nation. And listen, it's been this way for a long time. So what I want to do in this show is to discuss all aspects. I want to get you prepared, but also in the game, rather than seething on the sidelines because you didn't receive the money or you didn't, for instance, have money to give or leave for your heirs. So with that, let's bring in the audience because we've got an amazing audience here. I want to get to some questions, live questions. Let's start with Barbara S. from New York. Barbara, where are you? Hi, how you doing? Good.
Very simple question about protecting my current investments for my children, their children, and future generations.
The protection part, I think, is pretty easy. Obviously, Treasury bonds, a lot of people love Treasury bonds. They're, for the most part, protected by the U.S. government. And nowadays, they pay really handsome yields. That won't always be the case, but for the moment, that's also. And then, depending on how much you have, there's also a lot of products out there that Wall Street, believe me, has come up with a lot of ways that they'll help you. I think the question, though, is are you at the point that you want to be to put it in neutral? Are you ready to, do you have enough money for you? Because you look like you got a few more years of rock climbing and stuff like that. So you want to have fun, right? Yes, and you want your kids to have a good life, right? Now, listen, Warren Buffett said he's not leaving all his money to his kids. So are you at that point yet?
I still like to have fun.
Yeah.
And but I want to balance that out and find that right.
Yeah. That is the question, right? When do you start to kind of put it in a different gear right now? There's these old things in the stock market. They say take your age minus your age from 100, and that should be your balance, right, between stocks and bonds. But I think that's an old antiquated formula, to be honest with you, because when they came up with that, people were living to like 50. Right? So, like now, people are, snowboarding at 70.
Why aren't we talking about crypto? Why aren't we talking about blockchain? Why aren't we talking about all the stuff that's happening behind the scenes where we know where the liquidity is going to get dumped into? We know where liquidity is at right now and where you can earn yield earn way better yield than any financial institution. What is this guy even talking about? Who are these actors? Or are these just NPCs that they've chose to put in the crowd here?
So what you're asking is the right question. Just make sure that you don't pause too early. That you don't pause too early for your own personal golden retirement in golden years, and then, of course, to be able to achieve what you want for your kids. Thank you for being here. All right, folks, Margot from Connecticut has a question.
Yeah, I wonder, Mr. Charles Payne, do you own any crypto, bro? Do you own Ethereum or Bitcoin or XRP? Do you own any of it, Mr. Charles Payne? Why don't you tell us about it? How come you're not telling us about it?
About starting on investing. Margot. Hi.
My question is, as a young adult entering the professional world, what is the best first step to making smart investments?
To start. I know it sounds facetious. The procrastination is what kills people. They're going to start. And then they give themselves excuses. The market's too high. I've waited. And this is what I really, really love. People who are not invested at all somehow are going to have the fortitude, the wisdom, and the confidence to buy when the market's crashing. Because essentially that's what you're saying. I'm too late. The market's at an all-time high. I'll wait for it to come down. Heck, it may be coming down for the wrong reasons, right? But very few people are going to jump in there when the market is getting hammered. So get started. And number two.
He does make a good point there for sure. But that comes with getting in and educating yourself and understanding when the market is blood, when the market is getting hammered, like he just said, that is the best time to buy. Those are discounted times. So he does kind of have a point there. But again, you're not giving anybody a heads up about the digital, the digital form right now, blockchain, decentralized finance, how you can earn way more yield than any Wall Street financial institution will give you right now as we speak.
Stay invested. In other words, it's got to be a commitment. You've got to keep putting money in. A big mistake people make is they'll put a little bit of cash in, see how it works out, and then if it doesn't work immediately, it's not for me. It's for everyone. In fact, it's a hell of a gift for anyone in this room and anyone in this country. Our stock market has outperformed the rest of the world by such a huge margin. And listen, all the innovation, all the hot companies, think about where they're coming from. There's one hot company in Europe, right, with the weight loss drug, and that was an accident. Other than that, everything's coming from the good old USA. Participate in this. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you asked the question. If you don't have an account, before the day is over, open an account, okay, and put some money into it.
Open an account where, bro? Not financial advice, but I would be getting on Coinbase, Uphold, getting a web auth wallet. And like, don't point people in the archaic direction of where the old money is at, and that system is crumbling. Give people a heads up about your crypto portfolio, Mr. Charles Payne. I know you got one.
Let's get this bad boy going. All right, thank you very much. All right, Richard H. from New York is with us as well.
Hi. My question is more of a concern, I guess. So as a Gen Z, person myself,
Man, that little sigh that he did not seem like he really even wanted to be there. How genuine is this guy? Let's watch that again.
Thank you very much. All right, Richard
Watch
from
this.
New York is with us as well.
Hi. My question is
Look at
more of a
that.
concern.
Look at that. Did you see
As
that?
a Gen Z, person myself, are you concerned about the current status of most of us, coming out of college recently, maybe accumulating this wealth soon? Or in the future?
Oh, yeah. I'm really concerned.
This dude is fake. This dude is so fake. What an actor you are, Mr. Charles Payne. I can do a better job. Fox Business should hire fucking Aquaman. Get the fuck out of here. Who hired this guy?
Tell you what I'm concerned about. There's a lot of worries, right? The mismanagement of the money, I think, is really the most worrisome part of it all. What I do like is if you look, for instance, in recent business trends, business startups, we're at records, right? People are starting businesses. The only problem with that is a lot of younger folks are just the misconception and you see the TikTok videos. Hey, why don't you have an LLC? Why aren't you in Rome chilling out on the beach with me? Are you crazy? Here, go to my link, get an LLC and live forever. We'll get you 50 grand a month, no problem. Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So there's no way around it that you're going to have ups and downs in life. So the idea of having this sort of discipline is really, really tough. But I love the Gen Z and the fact that they do want to start businesses, that they do want to participate. There's also a lot of studies that say that they want to invest differently, and investing's got to match their morals and all that sort of stuff. I'm not so sure that should be the top priority, to be quite frank with you. I think the most important thing is go for it. Don't be afraid. Use your youth to your advantage. If you blow it starting a business that doesn't work, that's fine. If you blow it hanging out in Mexico, drinking tequila, that's not fine. All right, I'm just letting you know because we talked about this before. No, I'm just joking. I love where your head is, though. Thanks a lot. All right, let's go to Robert. Robert's got a question about the future of investing.
Yeah, hey, Charles.
Hey, how's it going?
So I think my question is more geared toward what to invest in, like investing in your
Great question. Let's see how this guy answers. What to invest in?
horizon and industry-wise. I've always been interested in investing in energy, and I'd like to know your thoughts about the perspectives of nuclear energy and how you can invest in uranium mining stocks and things like that.
So there are a lot of publicly traded uranium mining stocks out there. The big one is CCJ. So they're established, they're big. There's UUUU, 4Us. UEC is another one. They're all like under $5. Listen, there's no way in the world, and it's obvious that you've done some research on this, there's no way in the world that all of these governments are going to reach these sort of artificial, I don't know why they're giving themselves these artificial goals, right? We're going to have this many electric vehicles. We're going to be off the grid. We're not going to use fossil fuels, right? There's no way in the world we can get any of near those goals without nuclear power. I know the political stuff is out there. Look what Germany has done to itself. They shut off all their nukes, and guess what country uses more coal in Europe than every other country combined? Germany! Why'd you cut off the nukes? Well, we want to save the planet. Why are you using coal? Okay, so you're thinking the right way. The only problem with those things, though, sometimes it takes a long time to come to fruition. More recently, give you an example, lithium. stocks have been crushed. I know I'm in one of them. They've been crushed. I'm talking now like 40%. It's a no-brainer, right? You need lithium for electronic vehicles, and they're making everyone buy electronic vehicles. So you're young, I would find maybe one big name like a CCJ, and if you find a little smaller one, something around $2 that you think has potential to really blow up, might not be bad to put a couple bucks in that as well. All right. Great question. In fact, thank you all very much. Very great questions. And, you know, I want to share also a question I got. In fact, it was a touching email that I received and from someone. I'll read it to you. It says, "Dear Mr. Payne, my 74-year-old great-grandmother who's raising my 5-year-old great-granddaughter, I'm her sole support. I've been able to save $5,000 for her in the last 5 years. I've watched you on Fox for a few years and feel that I can trust your advice. Could you please tell me what I should do with this money? It's all that I have to leave her when I pass. I can add $100 per month now that I've paid off my car. Thank you, Patricia M." Wow, the beautiful letter, right? So I wrote a quick note back to her, thanking Pat, thank you for your kind comments. Second, congratulations on staying so committed and focused, very impressive. Third, you know, when people are trying to, with this similar question we had earlier about, you know, being invested but also having some safety, in this environment, short duration bonds, two-year bonds, you know, you get a nice dividend, it's safe. But I also wrote to her, lastly, before passing, I would arrange for the money to go into maybe a basket of dividend-paying stocks like blue chip stocks. We're talking about companies that have been around for 100 years and will be around for the next 200 years. They compound over time, and the principal has a chance of going up. But also, something else to consider is instilling ways to make sure that she is educated on how to use those funds. Simply handing them over is a mistake.
That is facts. That is facts. I'll agree with you there, Mr. Charles Payne. You know, and I have to say, I would say educate yourself on this new digital transformation. Educate yourself on blockchain, decentralized finance. And when you educate yourself on these topics and start understanding it and then start becoming successful, earning passive income in DeFi, for example, you can share that information with your kids, with your family tree, so it continues to live on once, you know, it's our time. But, you know, staying in the archaic system is not wise, in my opinion. That's not financial advice. But I would strongly look into DeFi because we are in the golden ages of DeFi. I think this greatest wealth transfer has everything to do with blockchain, decentralized finance. That's just my assumption, my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but I think they're referring to a wealth transfer that's going to happen digitally. But I know this one was a little bit of a long one. That's going to do it for this one. Hey, if you want to learn how to make passive income with your digital assets, be sure to check out Club 28. I'm going to leave the link in the description below of this video. And I hope to see you on the inside of Club 28, along with hundreds of other members where we are moving and grooving, understanding DeFi, and earning passive income. That's going to do it. Much love, everybody.